Computer Networks, Unit 2, Chapter 5, Part 2. From this series, we are going to see how devices are identified on a network and the components of a wired and wireless systems. Okay, right. So, how these devices are identified on a network? These are the three methods we are going to discuss today. Right, the first method, Internet Protocol Address. What is this IP address means? It's a unique logical number assigned to a device when it connects to the internet. Right. Okay. The ISP or Internet Service Provider is the responsible one to allocate this IP address to that device. Right? There are two main versions of IP addresses. IP version 4, there are 4 parts, and IP version 6. It's a little bit lengthy address. Right, the second one, MAC address. MAC means Machine Access Code, right? Now this is a physical address of the computer. Okay, a MAC address is given to a network adapter or network interface card when it is manufactured. It has 6 pairs of characters like this. Now look at the first 3. This is the first 3. It is to identify the manufacturer. The last 3 to identify the device. Right. And the third one is by using the device name. But we are not using this method because now these device names are not unique at all ways. So there is a problem here. Right? So we are not using this method now. Now we will see what are the different types of components of a wired as well as wireless systems. Cables, wireless access points, switch, gateway, router, booster, and server. There are different types of cables: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, fiber optics. Okay, we are going to consider about fiber optics in this series. Right? Now fiber optics are long, thin strands made by glass. Right? Okay. There are bundles. Okay. Now we call these bundles as optical cables. It uses light signals to transfer the data. Now you can see these optical cables, the bundles. Everything are made by glass. It transmits data using light signals. So applications, these are the applications of fiber optics: military service, radar system, telecommunication companies, and to provide the internet connection, cable television signals. Right. So what are the advantages of these cables? These cables can carry signals with much less energy loss than copper cables. So this is an advantage, the most important advantage. It's much lighter and thinner, difficult to tap information. It supports for long distances and very high speed in data communication. Right. So what are the disadvantages of these cables? it's expensive anyhow. And the next one is it's difficult to splice two cables together. Okay. The second component, wireless access point. What is this Wi-Fi stands for? It means wireless fidelity, right? This is a communication method. Now, as you know, there are Wi-Fi enabled printers even. Then what will happen? You can use this printer to take printouts. You don't need to connect this printer to the computer. It just uses radio waves to transfer this data. Okay. The next one is switch. What is a switch? Switch is an intelligent device, right? It maintains a database of MAC addresses of all the connected computers. Okay, now look at this. Just assume now this is a switch. Okay, there are 4 connected computers, right? Now what's happened on here? There is a user A here, user B is in here. Now this user A wants to send a message to this user B, right? Then what will happen? First of all, this data packets transfer from this machine to this switch, and next what will happen here, within this switch it maintains a database, right? It will go and scan this database and find the relevant MAC address of this computer and just transfer those data packets to this computer, right? So the switch is an intelligent device, right? Next, about gateways. It simply used to connect 2 different types of networks. Now in this figure even you can see there is a WAN and a LAN. Both of these types of networks are connected by using this gateway, right? Router. Actually, what is a router? Router means a device. Its main task is to find the best route or the quickest route for the data packets. That is the main responsibility of this router, or the task, to find the quickest or the best route for the data packets, right? It stores all the addresses of the devices also that are connected to it. And the next component, a booster. Actually, why these boosters are there? Now, as you know, when a signal passes from one location to another location, what will happen to the strength of this signal? It decreases, right? Then something should be there to amplify this signal or to give the strength to this signal to go ahead. That's why boosters are there. It's a device used to amplify the signal, right? The last component is about server, computer server, right? The server's duty is to give the necessary services to the connected workstations or the clients. There are different types of computer servers. Okay, you can learn these types of servers from the next session. It means from part 3, right?